Hey girls, I wanted to do a video that was requested for me to do that's specifically about foundation colors for deeper skin tones. So just so you guys are aware, for the most part, I don't really buy a lot of foundations just like on the fly. I'm not a hoarder by any means, except a little bit with lip products. I've always started off using MAC foundations ever since I was young. When I first started wearing makeup, my mom was really into makeup and she had a friend who worked at MAC, so he was really helpful. He kind of did little demos at our house with me and all my sisters, and kind of showed us how to use the makeup. I've always kind of stuck to MAC anyways because it was much easier to try it on and the undertones always seemed to fit. So that's kind of why I wear mostly MAC. I just hate to kind of work so hard for a foundation if it doesn't really work. Return it, save your money, save up for a foundation that probably matches you better, whether it's MAC or whether it's something else, you know? So this is what I have. I wear NC40 or NC42. Typically in the wintertime I get as light as NC40. This is Studio Fix Fluid and this is an NC42, and then this is the Prolongwear foundation in NC42 as well. So these two are the ones I use for the most part all the time, and I really like it. I use these generally for days that I know I'm going to be working for really long days or any kind of special event. I'll typically wear one of these. I also have one more MAC foundation which I've recently been into. This is the MAC Face and Body, and this is the color C5. In the summertime I'm definitely a C6, but C5 it's more forgiving than like NC40 is, for instance. It's a little bit deeper. It's like right in between NC40 and NC42. This is what I use when I'm kind of going for a more relaxed day. I'm not really trying to try hard with my makeup. It just kind of works for every day. Now moving on to drugstore foundations, I haven't really gotten a really solid foundation that I really liked. I used to use Revlon Colorstay. The color just never matched me well, and it's not to say that the foundation wasn't good because it really was. I remember loving it so much, and I just knew like my hairline, the color was off. In pictures it didn't look that great. It just wasn't a good match, but I remember liking the way it wore like so much, and I really like forced myself to like find a color. I just never found a color that like really works well with my yellow undertones. So if you're looking for a foundation that's long lasting, the Revlon Colorstay ones are really good. And I'm jealous if you find a color that suits you. This is the Sonia Kashuk Tinted Moisturizer, and this is the color Tan. This color works with me like all year round. Like it's just so good, and it's a radiant plus kind of tinted moisturizer, so it's meant to be dewy, kind of hydrating looking. It's not necessarily the longest wearing foundation or tinted moisturizer by any means, but it looks so good, and it looks just like, it makes your skin look really good. It makes it look moisturized. It just doesn't last all day. So for instance, if I was like to touch it, like you would probably see it transfer onto my finger. If you're that kind of person who's really good about not like touching your face or like leaning on your face or rubbing your nose or scratching your face or whatever, then this would be a really good one for you. You can also prep it really well with different moisturizers underneath, so it just depends on how you prep your skin and also how you top it. So you can also put like a mattifying powder on top. But I really like this one a lot, and I put my sister onto this one too. She really loves it. But overall, the Sonia Kashuk Tinted Moisturizer is really good. It has a really good coverage too. Oh, let me just say, I really like full coverage everything. Like everything. I think this is the only one that's not full coverage, and it's still buildable. This is the BB cream, and I mix these two. And the annoying thing about drugstore foundations is that sometimes you just can't find your color. But it looks really good. It has very high coverage, and it does stay matte for the most part pretty well. Sometimes I will have to blot my nose, but my nose gets really oily anyway, so that's the only downfall. But I will mix these two together to find like the perfect match. So I actually took a little pot, like a MAC like tester, cleaned out whatever was in this, and I mixed them together to make my perfect color. So that's what this is. And I'll just kind of like use my finger and dip it all over. If I find that I need to use a little bit more of a darker color, I can mix more of the deep. If I need it to be a little bit lighter, I'll mix more of the medium deep. It doesn't really transfer too much the way the Sonia Kashuk one would transfer onto this, like your fingers. And I like it a lot. Like, I just wish, again, there are only like 4 shades in that one, so it's really even harder to find your match. If it was like the exact color like NC42, I would be so happy. I'd buy that forever and ever and not even touch matte foundations, honestly, because it just stays on really well. It feels good on the skin, and it's also like good for your skin. Like it's meant to be like build your skin up to what it's supposed to look like and what it should look like. The one that I've been trying as of like yesterday when I posted the video or my picture on Instagram was the Fit Me in Matte and Poreless in 310. So I remember once a long time ago, maybe if I find a foundation tutorial, I'll put it below of when I used Maybelline, but I used this one in the regular version and it was so pretty, but like it did not stay on my face at all. I also probably wasn't doing the best techniques for prepping my skin or setting my face either, so that might have something to do with it, but I just didn't feel like I needed to go back to it because there's no need for me to have an excess amount of foundations if like the ones that work. I really wanted to try this one because it was matte and it was poreless, and now those are two things that I like in foundations. I like a matte finish. I'm trying it on now. I'm gonna wait to the end of the day to see what it looks like, so I'll keep you posted on this, but so far the way it applies, it's really nice. The color is also a big, huge kind of annoying thing. I actually bought 330, and 330 is like red. It's like a pink undertone. So I remember when I first tried it, I put it on the perimeter of my face, and then I like went out to like by my window, and I looked like burned or something. Like I looked red. It was like a really strange red pink undertone that I was like, ugh, I don't like it. So I just tried this by itself, and it looks much better, but I feel like it's not going to be as flattering come summertime when I'm much deeper. But I'll have a video kind of talking more about this one anyways. For concealers, there's always been one that I like use all the time, and it's the Prolongwear one. I will either use NW25 or NC35. Both work really well for pretty much all year round. NC35 will look a little bit better in the summertime, but NW25, I think it cancels out all like that purpley pink red dark circles. I love this one. It lasts forever and it just works. One of these will last you a really long time. So if you're saving up money for this, it's definitely worth it because you're going to be using it all the time, and it like doesn't go anywhere because so much goes a long way. And it has a pump, which is also good. One that I've always loved for a long time now, it's the Loreal True Match concealer in W4 to 5, and it's the light medium one. And it like works really well. It stays on pretty well. It doesn't last as long as the Prolongwear one, but I don't think anything does. This one just does a really good job of concealing, and it feels good under the eyes, and it also doesn't crease, which I like too. If it does crease, you know, you would just set it extra with like a kind of like some kind of setting powder, but for the most part this one I keep in my purse, especially during the winter time because my eyes water a lot. So if I get like a tear and it starts streaking, like I'm screwed at work, so I always keep this just in case. But I'm actually going to be moving this towards my vanity because I really want to wear it like more every day. A recent one that I just purchased was the Fit Me concealer in NC. Why do I keep saying NC? This is 25. 25 works really well. It's the medium version. These are super cheap. They're quite dry, so those are the ones that I use. I hope that was helpful to those of you who asked about like my color and my foundations and like what works and what doesn't. For the most part, that's pretty much what I use. I try not to stray too much with any foundations. Prolongwear works. Studio Fix Fluid works really well. Face and Body is like awesome. And then these two I really like. They're so good. And like the other foundations, they're full coverage. These are full coverage and they're better for your skin. So if you guys have any other requests on types of videos that you'd like to see that maybe aren't tutorials, let me know. I like to do tutorials for the most part because that's what you guys subscribed to my channel for. And but I have seen some requests that are a little bit different than tutorials, that are a little bit more informative. So if I can do that for you, let me know. I had some folks ask questions about brushes, and I have a lot to say about brushes. Alright, I'll see you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.